Good morning.
Morning.
This is our last full day here in Pennsylvania. And so we are headed to Philadelphia this morning. And you know how we do in big cities. We'll see how this goes, but we're kind of excited.
We generally try to stay away from big cities because of the traffic and all the obvious reasons, and we're kind of outdoorsy, but I'm really excited about going to Philly because we're going to search out a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, because why not? And we're going to check out some other cool things. So jump in the truck, let's go. Again,
this is not a foodie tour. How do you say that word? Conshohocken?
I don't know. I'd probably have to ask Google or Siri on that one.
Our campground neighbor was telling us that there's a train that runs maybe 10 minutes from our campground.
Yeah, it was right around Quakertown down to Philly. That's what he was saying.
For like 12 bucks. And we thought, oh, that'd be a nice option. And then we wouldn't have to worry about parking this truck somewhere. But I don't think I'm smart enough to navigate these transit systems or their websites, and it was more stressful to try to figure it out, and so we just got in the truck and came.
Yeah,
so we're gonna
it's something we've just never done, and it's like, you know, hey, last night after dinner we found out about it. We really didn't have enough time to research, so we decided we'd just take the truck, but learning from past mistakes, we're going straight to a parking garage and we're gonna hoof it from there.
We're gonna hoof it until we don't want to hoof it anymore, and then we'll figure out an alternative route.
Absolutely. We just a couple people from the country up here in the big city today. I got one question for y'all. Where's the bathroom at? It's probably a bad time to have that third cup of coffee and drive for an hour.
We're at Reading Terminal Market, and I'm so overwhelmed right now.
I think they have every type of food known to man and some local favorites, so.
It is busy.
I don't know what I want this early in the morning, but I'm getting something.
And Cody found a bathroom.
Hey. So I got some sausage, egg, and cheese pretzel roll-ups. Look at this. Yep.
We gotta get out of here.
What is it? What is that called?
Soyatel. And I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna put it right here because I would have never gotten anywhere close. I just had to point and go, one of those things. Headed to Chinatown, but we're not buying food. We're done with that.
This actually wasn't planned. We just wanted to check it out.
Sweat this much in a very, very long time.
I sweat when I walk outside, so it's just kind of typical for me.
Get our picture taken in Love Park.
Okay.
The city of brotherly love.
one of my favorite TV shows is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I'm having a hard time not just rocking quotes constantly. But I will say it is sunny in Philadelphia today, and it's about 90 degrees, high humidity, excessive heat warning. I'm wearing black as usual. It's hot.
I'm just glistening.
Since I can't use the theme song. So this also was not part of the plan, but it was cool, so we came to check it out. So this is the Swan Memorial Fountain, built in 1924. It's beautiful.
We've detoured so much because we keep seeing things that we like that we realized everything else on the list is 30 minutes walk that way.
And we've been here for about 2 hours roughly, and my watch says I've taken 5,000 steps.
Nice.
Done a lot of walking already. That's okay, I didn't go to the gym this morning, I can use the exercise, but I may rent one of those bikes later today. We start wearing down.
Yeah. Well, let's start walking.
Let's
get to walking.
Let's go walking. That's the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. Done a lot of walking today, and walking's kind of tricky, but I like using the Apple Maps app for walking directions. Just be aware of your surroundings for obvious reasons.
Refueling at the Wawa.
$3 for 2 waters, gotta love Philly.
They'll give you a bag for 35 cents. We're standing in front of Independence Hall. This is where the Declaration of Independence was signed. And then directly across, I think we're very close, is the Liberty Bell. So we're gonna have to walk around and see if we can figure out where that's at, because there's a very long line over there, and I don't know what that's for.
There's long lines everywhere, but we're gonna find the Liberty Bell for sure. So the Liberty Bell hopefully went really good for Ange. It didn't go well for me for one small reason. I'm from Arkansas. I carry a pocket knife everywhere I go. So I was denied entry, and I wasn't going to throw it in the trash or leave it on the ground. So how was the Liberty Bell?
It was good. It's like a little museum in there. I kind of passed through some of it. I scanned. And then you can walk around. I mean, they're pushing to get people moving. They're like, move along, we're gonna form a line over here, let's move on around.
Yeah, the line to get to the front of the building was huge. Go. But I went over and sat on a park bench in the shade, and I thought, oh, she'll be in there 30 or 40 minutes, but that was fast.
Well, I could have if I had went through it like a museum, but
yeah.
The Independence Hall does cost to get into it, to tour it, and there's some other buildings you can tour as well. Liberty Bell is free. You just have to stand in line. It wasn't too bad. Like good. 20, 25 minutes, don't you think, in line?
Yeah, we probably stood in line 20 minutes before I realized I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
So I'll see it when you guys see it.
I'm gonna make how to hit Philly easy.
Don't do it like we did. We walked all over the city, over 10,000 steps the last time I checked.
Got this much of our list done.
Then we decided to get on the tour bus. So the tour bus was $36 a person, but it was about an hour and a half long. They make multiple stops. You can get on and off as much as you want to.
It hit all of the stops we had been.
Yep.
Several of the stops that we wanted to go. Just start there.
Yeah.
Totally worth it.
Start with the tour, get a lay of the land, and then go out on foot.
In a bustling town of people and things to do, we merely skim the surface of Philadelphia. In the old city, streets are lined with buildings that date back to the 1700s and 1800s and are loaded with history. You can tour the U.S. Mint Factory, a number of cemeteries with incredible history and famous sites, or just admire the statues and placards throughout the area. You can't go far without an opportunity to spot some art, performing art centers, or museums to tour. The Eastern State Penitentiary was constructed in 1822, opened in 1829, and this would be quite a unique place to tour as well. Close by, a popular destination to visit is the Philadelphia Museum of Art. If you don't want to take time to visit inside, try your hand at running up the famous 72 flights of the Rocky Stairs. At this point in our day, this was not something we desired, so we'll leave that to others. Each building has a style and a story. Prior to other skyscraping neighbors, this building was created by a female architect with a design for every apartment to get the same amount of light each day. Spruce Street, Harbor Park, and Penn's Landing provide some beautiful scenery, great shops, restaurants, and if you're up for spending nearly $100 to rent out a hammock, you may find yourself relaxing in the shade for the rest of the day. The open-top bus was a perfect solution to packing in a full day for this city. Like we always say, we'll just have to come back and try a bit more later.
Now we're going to the place that I was destined to come to as soon as I knew I was coming to Philadelphia. I'll see you there. All right, here we are, Patty's Pub. There was no filming here. This was the bar that the show was based off of. For anyone who's not a fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, sorry about this, but you gotta sit through it. I like life at Patty's Pub. But now we're off to find a cheesesteak, and then we're headed home.
If you ask anyone the best cheesesteak in the town, you're gonna get about 20 different answers.
Yep.
This one has the better bread, and this one has this, and this one has fresher ingredients, and this one has 30 people in line, and this one you're gonna sit in line for an hour at least. So the answer is, which one can we do in the shortest amount of time? So we have a few on the list. We're gonna go get close, and we're gonna see what the lines look like, because we need to wrap this day up.
Yeah, we actually have some severe thunderstorms moving into the area, so we're gonna try to get back to the RV before the storms hits. It's been a great day in Philly. We're gonna go get a bite to eat, and then we're headed home. And I know I said I didn't like big cities, but in terms of big cities, Philly is probably the coolest big city that I've been to, and I would come back in a heartbeat.
Much easier to navigate than a lot that we've been to, for sure.
That's enough talking. Let's go fill our faces with some cheesesteak.
And he's ready to fly. That was a good day. We didn't get everything done. I go back to do it different than us, but we come back. This was a lot of fun.
And we were going to park in a parking garage originally, and we ended up staying at this lot on the street because of potential clearance issues. So this worked out good. 16 bucks for the whole day.
Was O Brothers the best cheesesteak? I don't know, but it was good.
It may not be the best Philly cheesesteak in Philly, but it's the best Philly cheesesteak I've ever had personally. So it was a shaved ribeye Philly cheesesteak with provolone cheese and sweet French onions.
I'm pretty excited about this cold air in this truck.
It's been a hot one today. I think I last checked about 30 minutes ago, and I think it was 93 with high humidity. It's a little warm to be walking around on asphalt.
Especially when you're full.
Yeah, and with the full belly, it just makes it that much worse. I think Philly might have changed my outlook on big cities. I actually had a really good time here. Probably the best day in a big city that I can think of. I really liked it, so don't shy away from Philadelphia.
As always, thanks for coming along on the journey for us, and we'll see you next time.
See you next week, guys. That was a long day.